So we get 20 seconds of the flying song, and then I can stop it. See the see on right? No, don't touch the needle. Yeah, right there to your right, to your extreme right on the table. Up, right there. Yeah.
Look, recording, Steve.
Welcome back to the Ferr and Ticka show. Ticka?
How you doing?
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Hello, folks.
Hello. Beautiful day here in the neighborhood.
Will this one stop after a certain amount of time, or do I have to end?
I'm gonna stop it right about now. So I want to thank you all for coming back again. And
I guess this is our official song.
This is our.
I like it. I like it.
This is our official song, and you like it, Ticka?
Yes, I do very much. We have to manually turn that off. But
I do. So the last time we talked a lot about music and concerts, and we're just going to do a little bit more of that today. We'll probably finish it up today on some of the things we've recently been to. The last time we were together, we mentioned that we were going to go see Walter Trout. Someone new to me. He's been around, but I wasn't familiar with him. Ticka suggested, and we saw him at the Narrows in Fall River, and he was very, very, very good.
Did you like him? Really? Do you think everybody liked him?
Oh, I thought he
put on a good show. I had never seen him before. He's somebody about our age, an old blues guitar player, and I had just heard his stuff. You put on something on a YouTube or whatever, and it suggests other people, and that's how I found the guy. And once he started playing, he had been around with a lot of other people, Buddy Guy to
John Mayall.
To John Mayall. He'd been around. The other thing that I found out interesting once we watched the show was the fact that he had a serious health condition, which was a surprise being a rock and roller all those years. He had a liver transplant. And he was a supporter, which I thought was really nice, besides the music. But it was nice to see that he was supporting organ donors and whatnot. But we went to the Narrows. It was a comfortable night. We saw them. I liked the place a little farther away from but it was the guys and what we do. We do this thing with the guys. Besides that's serious. We do this thing with the guys. Thursday nights, once a month. Whoever wants to show up, who doesn't want to show up, when they can't show up, when they can show up. Steve's a little more regimented when you don't show up. He can bring this up. I just say, if you don't show up, I don't care. I don't care about that. But it's nice. But the other part of it is we started suggesting bands, and everybody's put into, why can't you go to this concert? Yeah. And somebody puts in money, I'll buy the tickets, or I put this band in, or I put this person in. And all of a sudden, besides going to the Thursday nights, we're going to see bands. And we're going to see bands that some of us, had never heard between each other, like Walter Trout, and other ones. We've done other ones too. So it's more than just friends. It's also music, which we used to do when we were younger.
And sometimes we split off, like the Bodines recently came to East Greenwich, the Odeum, and I like the Bodines an awful lot. Ticka.
Yeah, I didn't go.
He didn't go.
As you can agree, as you can understand, Steve and I tend to, sometimes disagree.
I think we agree more than now. He's gonna this month. He's gonna go see Kenny Wayne Shepherd, who I like.
We're going to bring up a Kenny Wayne Shepherd. This was not part of the script.
But I'm not going to go. A couple of reasons. One, that does sound good. The barbecue blues with Kenny Wayne Shepherd. It's here in Providence. It sounds good, but it's in August. It's outside, and it might just be too freaking hot for me.
Do you want to bring?
However, if I'm going to go see somebody in August, which I suggested months ago, and yet you agreed to come with me to go see Dwight Yoakam.
I'll go to see him. Have I denied that I won't go see him?
And now your father-in-law's going, so now it's kind of.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But anyway, and I like Dwight Yoakam a lot.
I do too. I enjoy it.
That's outside though.
That's outside.
So I'm a little,
Well, if you want to go, I'll go. I'll go right now.
To see Dwight Yoakam?
Yes.
All right, Dwight Yoakam.
If you can buy the ticket.
All right, we'll go see Dwight Yoakam.
We had a discussion about, I don't know if we want to get too far into this. We didn't discuss this as the beginning of the show. We'll get into more of the show right now, but we did discuss the fact that in our last Thursday night with the guys, Steve and I get into these discussions. They can be kind of heated at a couple of times. But he brought up the fact that and we disagreed. Imagine that. We disagree. Imagine that. It's never been happened before, but we do disagree, and we will disagree in the future. And we acknowledge, I think, that's who we are. Nothing wrong with that. He said Stephen Stills was a better...
Oh, I can't even believe you. I can't even believe you're bringing this
Can
up.
I at least state what it was?
You can't.
Can I at least bring it up?
I can't.
I stated that...
Are you serious? You're going to say...
Can I at least bring this up?
You're going to say this?
You're going to win. You don't even know you're going to win.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I can't believe you're bringing this up. Go ahead.
This is not rehearsed. He was worried about when we were recording this, how much we were going to say. This was not even part of it.
Go ahead. Will you just say it?
Pre-production discussion, this wasn't part of it. So you're seeing this live for the first time. I thought that Kenny Wayne Shepherd was a better guitar player than Stephen Stills. They both played on together, and I acknowledge Stephen Stills is one of my favorite guys. On the way over, I heard a great song by him. It's one of my favorites. His voice and whatnot, but guitar player. And Steve brought up, acknowledge Rolling Stone or whatever thing you want to look at. That was Kenny Wayne Shepherd wasn't even on the list with Stephen Stills, where he was brought up in a Rolling Stone thing. I forget what number was it. He was acknowledged as a guitar player.
He was in the
higher
top
than
50.
Kenny Wayne Shepherd wasn't even on the top 100.
But that's.
So you win. If there's going to be a winner and loser, I lost. Well, he won. He was right. Can we leave it there? We'll discuss this later on.
Okay.
We'd like to start a segment. Go ahead. That's fine.
Go ahead.
We'd like to start a segment as part of our show to be a little more, not regimented, but a little more factual and a little more. I forget the word, but acknowledge at least the people that have watched us. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for sending us emails. Steve's gotten emails. I've gotten emails, and we can tell a few stories. We'll be quick. I will, at least, try to be quick about some of the people that have sent us emails and some of their questions and whatnot. One of them was one of my friend Bob, who used to live down in Providence and Manton Avenue with us, and he talked about Led Zeppelin. And I said that on my first concerts I went to, the first concert I went to, and Bob is a Led Zeppelin fan. He knows who he is. And I'll just say Bob from Manton Avenue, he knows who he is. He was a lifeguard down at Joslyn Pool, and everybody in that area know. Yes, he was with my cousin. With my cousin, he was there every day.
Nice family.
He was a great Led Zeppelin fan. My first concert I ever went to, and I have a tag from it or a
ticket stub.
Ticket stub. Thank you. A ticket stub from that, and I'll show that to verify that. I don't really need to do that, but I will verify that I was the first concert I ever went to, and I just thought we would acknowledge some of the people who acknowledge us and some of their stories and some of the... Watch out for the microphone. But Steve may have a few other stories of people that have sent us emails or send us... And we'd like to, thank you for watching us. If you want to send something, we'll acknowledge you. We're not going to get it too personal, but we will acknowledge you on the show.
Some of them are very, very good. Bobby, we hung around with him, played a lot of ball with Bobby.
Bobby, I went to Catholic school with Bobby.
Bobby and brother Ray, nice guy.
Yes,
the whole family, just nice family. I can't say enough about them. So one of the emails that I had got is from Marita, and she says, "Guys, I love you, but you gotta lose the Matt Dow Lemon." Remember Matt Down Lemon?
Yeah, I know what he's talking about. The grumpy old man. I love that.
Oh, is that what it is?
He doesn't even know what it is. I love that.
The kids in the audience don't know who I'm talking about.
We're not going to get any kids.
Anyway.
I don't think.
Okay. More music, please. Tell the story about going to the first show of the Stones' Tattoo You tour in what was JFK Stadium in Philadelphia in 1991. So what Marita is talking about is in 1991, she and I went to Philadelphia, and it was outside. It was actually the 25th and 26th, and opening the show was George Thorogood, and he came out, and he started playing like this, and he says, yeah, I'm at the jukebox. I'm playing.
What year was this?
81. I'm playing Rolling Stone music, and everybody, of course, went ballistic. And so he knew where he was. He knew what he had to do. So he played his little set. He came out. And then the next band came out, and
Who was the next band? Journey? This is 1981. This is the peak of their... Who doesn't like Journey?
It gets worse.
Man, it gets worse. That's Journey. All you Journey fans out there, of which there we are. 2 or 3. All right, they're going to sue us. To get rid of that.
All right. So Journey came out, and third song in, Perry says, "We want to thank you for making us." Now, don't quote me on this. I'm off a word.
Nobody's going to remember the quote.
I want to thank you for making us the hottest band in America.
Journey said that?
Journey said that. And as soon as he said that, they got booed off. They got booed. And you can look it up. They got booed off the stage. Now, I understand
the
the next
people
thing...
were there to see Journey, obviously.
Nobody was there to see Journey.
Somebody was there.
Well, somebody was there to see Journey. But the
majority of the people
but you
booed.
gotta know.
Yeah.
You don't open a...
You gotta be smart.
You gotta be smart. You gotta, So...
You've heard of bands.
and then, so anyway, so then after he made that
who was the main band? Rolling Stones?
it was the main band was...
Who was the best? Who's the best band you've ever seen live, Steve? Who's the best? What's the best show you've ever seen live? Obviously, this is going to be about music and maybe live shows. Steve thinks of himself as a mini.
Okay. That's a tough question. I like theatrics. With the music, I do. I like props and stuff.
I'm more like the actual being able to play. I look at it and look like I wish I could do that. When I see somebody like Eddie Van Halen or Jeff Beck or Clapton or somebody, I love guitar players, but when they can do that, it's like, where does that come from? These guys can just play, and it comes from their head, their mind. I have that creativity, I think, but nothing goes to my fingers when I do it. And we have friends like Richard, who plays in music, and Steve's been in music a little bit. I listen to it. I have some creative bones in my body, but I just it's like dunking a basketball. I wish I could dunk a basketball.
Probably the best show.
I can't play. I
remember seeing the Who, and the Who,
But I enjoy shows.
The Who was like, if you wound them up, they just.
Well, you look at it. Oh, go ahead.
The Who, to me, was probably one of the better shows. I tell you what.
Who's the best show though? If you can think of the top of your head, you'll probably think of something after, and I will too.
The Alkaline Tour by Jethro Tull.
Tull.
Yeah, that Alkaline Tour was awfully good.
I watched the Jethro Tull YouTube the other night. I swear to God, you bring up Jethro. That wasn't bad. I mean, he comes out with the little flute and he's kicking, and the other guys come out. It was just... They got hair.
He ended it with a telephone.
People are going to laugh.
Somehow he ended it with a telephone in the middle of the stage.
Telephone?
A telephone. And then all the guys walked off, and it rang, and he says, "It's for you." And then the lights went out, and he walked off. It was pretty cool. I'll tell you what else I liked was $1 Million Babies.
Yes, you brought that up.
Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper was ahead of his time as far as a theatrical show. At the time, I wasn't... I appreciate those more now, but at the time, I could just listen to Cream just play... I just watched a lot more jazzy stuff. I didn't want to hear...
Who surprised you? Who surprised you?
Well, that's a good question. Who surprised me? Went out and I saw something... That's a good question. I can't come up with it now.
I saw... Springsteen, and
like a second act that better than the first.
Yeah,
act?
I saw Springsteen, and I was surprised. I heard he wasn't that big when I saw, and he was. I mean, he played for 9 hours, and he was. Yeah, he was very good. I saw Zeppelin, and I was not a big Zeppelin fan. In fact, I think I got one album by
everybody I went to when I was younger was like a surprise to me. Well, I knew a little bit about them when I went to see them. Well, in the days of rock and roll, when we're talking about, was you would wait, and I can remember going to some shows where you would wait for 2 hours, literally.